Here's my question. If I make a save and the ball gets stuck under my foot, how long do I have before the umpire calls a foul?
I love this question. And the reason I love it so much is because I thought it was going in a different direction. I thought the question was just going to be, what's the penalty, or how does the game restart when the ball gets stuck in my pads? But no, this was about timing. Like, how much time do I have to get the ball out of my pads? Well, there's really no time involved here. If the ball gets stuck, it is a penalty corner. There's no variation. The umpires don't get to decide, I'm going to make that a penalty stroke because I thought they stepped on the ball on purpose. Doesn't matter. It got stuck in the pads. Right there in the rule book, it says if, and by the way, I think it's on page 48 of the 2026 rules book. If the ball is stuck in the pads, it's a penalty corner. Now, you asked about timing. The amount of time doesn't really matter. But I will say that, as in all things field hockey, there is an opportunity for us not to follow that rule exactly. If the ball comes into the circle, for example, and there's no attackers inside the circle, you try to do a nice little clear, but it kind of gets stuck in your pads. Uh-oh, is it a penalty corner? But nobody's there. And you shake your leg and the ball comes out. Maybe we'll have a play-on situation. And the umpire should absolutely yell, play on, really loud, because they're demonstrating that they have decided that they're going to not enforce the rule. But it's so very rare. So timing isn't really an issue. There's one thing I'd like to add. Do you know why this rule is that there's a penalty corner? Well, in the olden days, the goalkeepers, A, didn't wear pads, and then B, finally started wearing pads, and they were made out of bamboo, canes they would be called. And then eventually the composite material, the foam, started to become prevalent. And the first type of foam protecting the feet was called a moon boot. I don't know why exactly. Maybe it reminded the people of the astronauts when they walked on the moon. But it just sort of was foam that covered the foot, and it had a nice slope to it. So the ball would come in, and the goalkeepers learned that if they, held their foot like this, so the ball would come in and pop up a little bit, they could catch it between their knee and the pads protecting their knee. This happened a lot. And the penalty for that was a 16. So goalies became very good at causing their team to get a possession by popping the ball up, catching it behind their pads at their knee. Well, the hockey world didn't like this. So they changed the penalty to a penalty corner. The restart. They changed the restart from a 16 in the defense's favor to a penalty corner in the attack's favor. And guess what? Suddenly, the ball stopped popping up. It was a miracle. Anyway, that's sort of the history of the rule change, and hopefully I've answered your question. And if you have any other questions, please let us know.